Good morning. This is Pastor Jeff. Sorry we're a little late this morning, playing catch up from the Fall Theological Conference. But it is Thursday, October 20th, 2022. We have our 3 daily readings. With it being Thursday, we're looking ahead to Sunday. Psalm 84, 1 through 7 is going to be our psalm reading. Jeremiah chapter 9, verses 1 through 16 is going to be our Old Testament reading. And then our New Testament reading is going to be the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verses 1 through 9. Let us listen in. Psalm 84. What a beautiful home, God of the angel armies. I've always longed to live in a place like this. Always dreamed of a room in your house where I could sing for joy to God alive. Birds find nooks and crannies in your house. Sparrows and swallows make nests there. They lay their eggs and raise their young, singing their songs in the place where we worship. God of the angel armies, King God, how blessed they are to live and sing there. And how blessed are those whom you live, whose lives become roads you travel. They wind through lonesome valleys, come upon brooks, discover cool springs and pools brimming with rain. God traveled these roads, curve up the mountain, and at the last turn, Zion, God in full view. Old Testament reading comes from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 9, verses 1 through 16. I wish my head were a well of water, and my eyes fountains of tears, so I could weep day and night for casualties among my dear people. At times I wish I had a wilderness hut, a backwoods cabin, where I could get away from my people and never see them again. They're a faithless, feckless bunch, a congregation of degrenates. Their tongue shoots out lies like a bow shoots arrows, a mighty army of liars, the sworn enemies of truth. They advance from one evil to the next, ignorant of me, God's decree. Be wary of even longtime neighbors. Don't even trust your grandmother. Brother schemes against brother, like old cheating Jacob. Friend against friend, spreads malicious gossip. Neighbors gyp neighbors, never telling the truth. They've trained their tongues to tell lies, and now they can't tell the truth. They pile wrong upon wrong, stack lie upon lie, and refuse to know me, God's decree. Therefore, God of the angel armies says, watch this. I'll melt them down and see what they're made of. What else can I do with the people that are this wicked? Their tongues are poison arrows. Deadly lies stream from their mouth. Neighbor greeting neighbor with a smile. Good morning! How's things? While scheming to do away with him. Do you think that I'm going to stand around and do nothing? God's decree. Don't you think I'll take serious measures against a people like this? I'm lamenting the loss of mountain pastures. I'm chanting dirges from the old grazing ground. They've become deserted wasteland, too dangerous for travelers. No sounds of sheep bleating or cattle mooing. Birds and wild animals are gone. Nothing stirring. No sound of life. I'm going to make Jerusalem a pile of rubble, fit for nothing but stray cats and dogs. I'm going to reduce Judah's towns to piles of ruins where no one lives. I asked, is there anyone around bright enough to tell us what's going on here? Anyone who has the inside story from God and can let us in on it? Why is the country wasted? Why no travelers in the desert? God's answer, because they abandoned my plain teaching. They wouldn't listen to anything I said, refused to live the way I told them to. Instead, they lived any way they wanted and took up with the Baal gods who they thought would give them what they wanted, following the example of their parents. And this is the consequence. God of the angel army says so. I'll feed them with pig slop. I'll give them poison to drink. Then I will scatter them far and wide among godless people that neither they nor their parents have heard of. And I'll send death in pursuit until there's nothing left of them. Our New Testament reading comes from the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verses 1 through 9. Don't be naive. There are difficult times ahead. As the end approaches, people are going to be self-absorbed, money-hungry, self-promoting, stuck-up, profane, contemptuous of parents, crude, coarse, dog-eat-dog, unbending, slanders, impulsively wild, savage, cynical, treacherous, ruthless, bloated, windbags, addicted to lust, and allergic to God. They'll make a show of religion, but behind the scenes, they're animals. Stay clear of these people. These are the kind of people who smooth talk themselves into the homes of unstable and needy women and take advantage of them. Women who, depressed by their sinfulness, take up with every new religious fad that calls itself truth. They get exploited every time and never really learn. These men are like those old Egyptian frauds, Jannes and Jambres, who challenged Moses. They were rejects from the faith, twisted in their thinking, defying truth itself, but nothing will come of those latest impostors. Everyone will see them and see through them, just as the people saw through that Egyptian hoax. And here ends our readings for the day.